What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles in the building. Welcome to tonight's show. Sonny, want to say what up?
Hey y'all, hey.
All right. We got a great show lined up for you guys. We still got a ton of topics from the last few weeks or maybe even a couple months lined up in our note list. So we're gonna try to get through a lot of them tonight. Once again, but we got a few recent things that have popped up that we definitely want to talk about. And so yeah, so we got some good stuff coming. Uh, Outside of that, Sonny, how was your weekend? Did you enjoy the Super Bowl? Did you watch the Super Bowl halftime show and all that stuff?
Yeah, so I was around for the Super Bowl to be played. I didn't really, and no, I'm not a Super Bowl person, but I did get to watch Bad Bunny's halftime show. Well, it basically was his concert, even for 13 minutes. It was giving me the Latin version of a Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl thing.
Mm-hmm.
He was making statements throughout the whole way. Like I felt like he just basically put it all out there, and he represented for all the Latin communities and cultures. And the way he did that show, it's like there's no way, whether or not you knew the language or not, you understood what the statement he was making.
Got you.
So I enjoyed it.
Got you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch it. Had some other situations going on, and I was watching the Super Bowl, but I stepped away, and then I was kicking it with some of my friends about some stuff, and we were talking. And next thing you know, it was the third quarter had already started, so I pretty much missed it. But I don't really get into the halftime shows too much. I mean, I didn't even watch the full Kendrick Lamar show until it was replayed on YouTube. I got it, understood it, and all the stuff. But the halftime show, I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. So I saw a couple of clips, and I saw a bunch of people making comments about the fact that it was in Spanish, and people weren't really familiar with Bad Bunny or his music. But he's one of the most popular artists right now in the world, not just here in the United States, as well as we have a very large Latin community across this country, Spanish speaking community. So not just Latin. I mean, I know some Latin people who don't speak Spanish, but Spanish speaking population. So I'm sure they got it, they understood it, and then there's just people who just enjoy the music, right? But like you said, when I saw that there was discussions about the messages and that there were correlations and similarities between his halftime show and the Kendrick Lamar show, I was
Yeah,
definitely like interested in like, okay, what were people taking from this?
yeah. It was like because I don't want to say like it was all Kendrick Lamar kind of thing, because he also gave like a Spike Lee thing at the beginning, like when he was walking. And how when you watch a Spike Lee movie, when they do certain things, and how does
Mhm.
that one person that's focused, but there's all this stuff kind of like with it. It gave a little bit of Spike Lee, but I feel like Kendrick Lamar was the blueprint of how, and I felt like even how he, um, like just the scenery, like everybody was saying, is because I was around a couple Puerto Ricans, when they were explaining it to us too, but like you
Oh,
could see it like visually, I think you could get it, like he was had like the migrant worker vibe going on. And there's different things, like different parts of the Latin culture. If you know or have a Spanish speaking friends of different cultures, you can kind of see what he did in that whole
mhm.
thing. And this was funny because when I saw this scene right here, I said it got to be real. And to find out that it's crazy work. And I love
Right.
that. And I love that it was done like that. I just loved how he put it together.
Got
Even with bringing bringing to the forefront the Afro Latinos, right? Because a lot
Mhm.
of people don't realize that Afro Latinos are like it's a real thing. Like I don't know how people can say that being Latino is not necessarily like you can't be black, and you can, right? It's a lot of them. Like it's like when we were brought over here, we were brought to Spanish speaking countries, or
Right.
taken over by the Spaniards to learn the language, right? So it's a lot of the black slaves that were taken over and forced to learn a whole different language. Not all of them were brought to the U.S. They were brought to the Caribbean. Like everything. This is how we're so intermingled. And I was saying this to somebody last night, and I was like, we're so intermingled that the ICE fight is our fight, if it makes sense. Like, because they're necessarily on the same level as us. Like, we're not seen better by racist people. Like, they're not just racist against Spanish speaking people. They're racist against people that aren't them. You know what I'm saying? So it is kind of like we should be paying attention to the ICE movement. We should be united with them, because it is something that affects us. A lot of us do have Spanish heritage all up and through our families.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a lot. But like I really enjoyed that halftime show, even if I couldn't understand all the words. I really enjoyed it. Just the culture, the vibe. Like, of course I'm dancing. Like I went, I grew up with a lot of Spanish speaking friends from all different kinds of the Latin culture, like all across the Latin culture. And it's just like to not only be a part and watch them see that and be proud. It was like understanding it and watching them be so proud of that, and then realizing that Puerto Rico is a part of America. So like, I don't know why people don't say that. And then to hear so many people speak negatively about it is crazy work to me.
Sure, yeah. It's definitely crazy. What up, though, Dame?
Hey, Paso.
What did you think of the show?
Made me want to salsa dance. I was good. Super Bowl sucked, but hey, nigga didn't suck. It just wasn't to what people are used to and liking. On a radio show today, I listened to the sports talk show. They gave a ratings of basically their version of F, Marry, Kill on the Super Bowl halftime show versus the actual Super Bowl and versus the commercials. They gave a grading of which one was worse. A lot of people put Bad Bunny's halftime show in the middle because it wasn't the performance, it's because they couldn't understand the language.
Mm-hmm.
The performance was great. The music was great, but the people had a problem with the understanding the language, because they don't understand Spanish.
Yeah, it's the first ever Super Bowl halftime show performed entirely in Spanish, almost entirely, because Lady Gaga sung in English.
Right. Lady Gaga, yeah, but that was pretty cool. That for Bad Bunny to perform, most of his music in front of the biggest stage of all. It was cool that two people actually got married on the biggest.
Mm-hmm.
That was the biggest wedding invite ever. Everybody's invited for real.
Mm-hmm.
But it also gave out for the culture, because it was like a party, but it was a wedding. Right. Like, do you like going? Man, listen, I could go on, but it's just crazy to me that people will feel a way about it. And like, I cracked up because I seen a meme that said, y'all mad he's speaking Spanish, but y'all probably eating chips and dip and y'all love Taco Tuesday. Y'all so invested in the culture, but you just don't want to hear the music in Spanish. It's crazy.
Right.
No, it's good, but everything is being politicized. Everything, because if you think about it, they for the longest they go down there, they try to salsa dance very badly, merengue, bachata very badly. But as soon as it becomes to one of their pastimes, and as soon as somebody in office says it's bad, then they want to get up in arms. It's like, oh, we can't think for ourselves. We won't have this guy think for us. I don't like this now. I don't like where this country is going. And I wrote down when I came in a couple of things that Sonny brought up was the fight on ice. They've been training for this for years and years. If you think about it, Black people, the whole civil rights movement is because of Black people. And the Black civil rights artists, activists back in the day, they fought for this part. And they've been training for years to try to get rid of the civil rights. So all this stuff that's going on is I can't think of the word right now, but it's because of us, as black people fighting for equal rights and fighting for civil rights. Now that's being trampled on, and they're slowly deteriorating the civil rights movement and the rights and the liberties that other cultures can have because of black people,
Mm,
which is pretty interesting because they're trying to take away civil rights, and you see it and it's being done right in front of our face with
right.
ICE and people who don't look like us or them. And pretty soon there's going to revert and come right back to black people as soon as they're done taking away all the bad people that they're rounding up.
Well,
Um,
yeah, and that's the thing is that this whole thing of like deporting people because they're the bad actors and they're the ones that are the criminals and all that kind of stuff, and we're already seeing where that's not 100% true because they're separating families and small children and elderly and people who have nothing to do with you know gangs and drug operations and things like that. They're literally just going after any and everybody, and then anybody that gets involved, protesters, activists. I mean, we just saw Don Lemon get arrested. We saw the young lady Renee Good get shot and killed. There's so many things that are so many uh, um, uh, pieces to this and nuances to this that are being overlooked because people are still want to be on this. Oh well, we have to shut the borders and we have to do this and we have to do that, but it's the method, like you said. It's trampling on the civil rights of those who are here. People, I mean, I just saw a video of about a week ago where a young man was being harassed by ICE because he didn't have his papers, and it's like somebody said it best, like this is like going back to uh, um, the time when people were being harassed during the end of slavery when they were being asked for their freeman papers, and then also in the more recent history where people were being harassed in the near the Mexican border, being asked if they had their citizenship papers, even though these people were United States born citizens and things like that. And it's sad because we continue to revert to these times and revert to this position of thinking that closing the borders means that we have to strip people of their rights and make people suffer for something that has nothing to do with them. Oh, what
Everything's
up,
being
Joe Hunt?
politicized because of money and power. And if you see how Puerto Rico is a territory of the United States. So a
Mm-hmm.
few years ago, when Donald Trump said, no, not even a few years, I'm sorry, last year, he said that he had a perfect call to the president of Puerto Rico. So you had a call to yourself. Don't you know you, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not the,
the governing body over in Puerto Rico is a governor. He's like any other state or U.S. territory. They're just a governor. They're not a president. So yeah,
I'm like,
right.
what the, wait,
Oh,
did he take civics class? I mean, well, he did probably skip out on that too.
I'm
Um,
sure he did. Right.
it was just, it's like, dude, who are you talking to? Like, and his fan base is really getting smaller and smaller. Some people are actually coming to their senses. And I saw an interesting cartoon. They did a rendition of Charlie Brown, and who was the black character name? If you remember, there was that one
Um,
black token,
yeah, I know you're talking about Franklin.
Franklin, yes.
Yeah.
And they did a rendition of that saying Charlie Brown's like, hey, I don't want to ask you a question without you getting offended. How come slavery? How come when it comes to slavery, you people won't forget or get offended, but it happened so long ago? And Franklin basically said that, well, let's say I knocked all your teeth out one day. You forgave me, but when it comes up, every time something comes up, you always revert back to that. Just because you forgave me doesn't mean you're going to forget. He basically
Hmm.
said that's what happened with slavery. Like they knocked our teeth out, but you will never forget because the pain is still there.
Right.
It's always going to be there because of what happened.
Hmm.
But it much went much more detailed and better explained than what I just did on the fly because I know we get pressed for time and you want to move on. So it was a good cartoon.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think bottom line, the performance, the messages, like some of the ones I just was scrolling by, him carrying the Puerto Rican independence flag, him and his backup dancers climbing on the electrical poles, representing the devastation of Hurricane Maria back in 2017, and there was a cameo by Maria Antonia Tonita Kay, the 85-year-old owner of a Brooklyn's Caribbean Social Club. So it's like all these different images, all this imagery, all these things that are that people are. I don't know if you can see her. She's all the way down there in the corner, on the bottom corner down here. But yeah, all these things people are connected to, and people, either remember or they were affected by it, or they, understand the message, right? And I think it's just like, when like I said, when we had the halftime show last year with Kendrick Lamar, there's messages of revolution, messages of remembering and keeping in mind all the things that have been done to us and the things that Black people have gone through, things like that. I think also there was a cameo by a young man that was with his son, and his son was getting deported, and he had to try to save his son, and they were there at the Super Bowl as well. These are current issues, current things that are going on, and him having this stage to be able to basically show these things and connect with the people
and say that we are American too. It's crazy.
Exactly.
Like that's crazy that he even has to make that statement, like we are American too. Like not necessarily like he had to physically say it, but it's just like letting y'all know, like what are y'all doing?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing, I think, some people will try to stand on like, oh, it's just a territory. And that's fine. You want to stand on that, but all of these states were just territories at one point. We're all affected by the American government, the choices that they make for us, just like in Puerto Rico, they're affected by the choices that are made for their country.
And they were made, they were forcibly made citizens. Not like they said, hey, I want to be a part of y'all. They were forcibly made citizens.
And
so
honestly,
like they were citizens before a lot of people were citizens.
Well, they actually had a vote in a election. I can't remember if it was 10 years ago or 12 years ago, and to get statehood, and hopefully the benefits of that. And the U.S. government didn't recognize that vote, or didn't take that vote into consideration, and kept them as a territory instead of allowing them statehood. So I mean, as much as they have their own culture, they have their own history, they have their own way of life, but they do recognize that connection to the United States and the government, and they recognize there are benefits to that. But the thing is that the biggest thing is they're limited because of the oversight of the United States government. So they, it's only right if they were to gain some kind of benefits from it, because of the fact that they rely on the government, on the U.S. government for certain things, and not having that, and then not having statehood is almost like being like Washington D.C., right? Washington D.C. being a city, a city state itself, it's not a state, it's not a city in any particular state, it's the government capital, so it has a whole different set of rules compared to other cities around it and other states around it. There's you lose some things when you're not a part of a state, and you're not, you don't have your own government that's buffering you between you and the United States government. So there's a lot to that.
They can't vote. They can't
exactly.
vote for the president.
You have no representation. Yeah, you have no representation at the government, at the United States government level. That's what I'm saying. That's one of the limitations. Same thing with Washington D.C. There's no, you have a mayor, yeah, but you don't have any state government above you to say, oh, you know what, this is how we're going to govern this city within this state. There's that limitation, and they feel the effects of that in Puerto Rico. So, like with the Hurricane Maria thing, a natural disaster happens, and the government, this United States government, is supposed to take care of them. And we saw what Trump did. Just pure ignorance.
You can't pay for
And
that.
yeah, it just dumb stuff. So, but yeah, bottom line, I think it was definitely impactful. People definitely connected to it. Like I said, I'll definitely try to check it out when I get a chance. Just like I did last year with Kendricks, I'll watch a YouTube video, check it out. Thankfully, they have a translated version, so I can get the full impact. And I think it's important for us to recognize that connection, that melting pot of a culture that we have with them, and to kind of give them their due, give them those props. All right, let's move on. Next up, another recent thing that's popped up recently that I definitely was like, I know we got to talk about is Glorilla versus Brorilla, the internet saga.
Yeah, Brorilla.
So recently, if you're not aware, Glorilla, rapper from Memphis, her sister has gone viral, basically discussing her lack of support of her family and how she's, made it big, and her family continues to, in her sister's words, struggle, out here in these Memphis streets. And I think it's one of those things where it's like, where do you stand, and how involved does a celebrity have to be in taking care of their family once they make it big, and how big do you need to how big do you need to be where it's a requirement versus your family have to understand that you still need to basically figure that out, or be able to what's the word, try to do what's best for you and for your career versus worrying about taking care of the family. So I'm not sure. Have you guys heard much about this one?
Oh yeah, I made a TikTok.
Yeah, I seen it.
Okay.
Yeah, I made a TikTok basically saying these are grown adults. Parents are grown, everything. I feel like people get it twisted that whether you're a celebrity or you hit the lottery or whatever the case may be, you're not obligated to do anything for anyone in your family, friends included, right? You do what you want to do. You're not obligated to take care of grown people. These grown people should be taking care of themselves, and any assistance that you offer is sufficient enough. So as much as some people will want to take care of their family members, but and some people do, but to the extent that they are comfortable with, because a lot of people, we know a lot of celebrities who went broke taking care of their family. Macaulay Culkin went broke and lost his mind taking care of his family. And sometimes it's to the detriment, because I can help you, but you don't know how to help yourself. So now you're basically my dependent for the rest of your life because I helped you. Like, no, I'm pretty sure if it's something where you're doing something positive and it's gonna make you money in the long run, she probably could assist you. But like, she could, doesn't mean she has to. Or if I win $1 million right now, or $75 million, could I help my family? Sure. Do I have to? No. And people get it twisted. Like, just because you come into money that you're obligated to do these things is crazy.
Right. Dane, what's your viewpoint on this one?
I am with Sonny, but there's another caveat to that. I can see why she might be a little salty as her sister, because she's going on interviews telling people, yeah, I looked out for my family. But don't say that if you're not doing it for real. Just leave it as is. I don't think they'd be as salty if she didn't say stuff like that. I mean, that's like playing with people's minds and emotions. Like, wait, she said she helped us out. What'd she do? She came back to say hi. She came back to give us the rest of her items, stuff that she lived with. It was said that she gave her father a car, but there's no car there. Like, where's the car? I don't see the proof. That's what the sister's saying. And why is my mama still working? Because she's a grown person. I mean, yes, it'd be nice and decent if she did help out her father and mother. Her brother and sisters, not so. You really don't have to do that for your brothers. That's a
Yeah. So
That's,
yeah,
that's something else.
yeah. Well, I mean, I definitely want to go back on those comments, and that was the thing is like I think that was some of the problem I had with Glorilla's sister. Nobody's even said what this girl's name is, but like one of her statements, like you said, was this that she said, where's the proof about the dad's car? But they did show the proof. She actually showed the proof. She showed the video, but she was trying to make a different point. But yeah, Glorilla actually did get a dad a car, but then she came back and said, well, no, I meant, she didn't give him gas money. Like he got the car, but he don't got no gas in the car. Like that's a grown man that he just retired from
Right.
the post office. I'm sure that man could put gas in that car if he really want to drive that car around. Question is, does he really want to drive that car around? They live in, I forgot what part of Memphis they live in. I believe it's North Memphis. And, it's not like that's the most affluent neighborhood to be driving a brand new, fully equipped, fully loaded, whatever it was. I think it was a Lexus vehicle, driving that around. If, this man is feeling like, hey, I'd rather be in my truck or in my SUV or whatever he probably drive on a day-to-day basis, he may be like, you know what, I'm just gonna put this in the garage for right now. Just because he don't drive it, it don't mean he don't appreciate it, and it definitely don't mean that Glorilla didn't do what she intended to do, which was gift him this thing as a retirement gift. She doesn't. Why does she have to pay for his gas the rest of his life too? Why does she have to pay for taking getting him brand new tires every time the tires get dirty? I think that was the bigger problem, is that the sister was more making it sound like Glorilla was now responsible to take care of these 12 or these 11 grown adults for the rest of their lives and pay for every expense. Because she even mentioned like one or two of the siblings live with Glorilla. And she was like, yeah, they live with her, but she got them over there acting like maids. And it's like, if you're grown and you live with another grown adult, you're just going to sit around and just eat and piss and shit on everything, and you have no responsibility. That's crazy.
What she's saying. They're supposed to stay there rent free, and she's supposed to take care of them because she really feels like she's obligated to do that. And it's crazy because even when they were asking her how much money to survive, she said $2,500, and they said like a month. Then she's like, no, flat.
Right.
You sound dumb.
Like you sound dumb.
And
you
then
don't even
you
know.
On TikTok.
Flossing,
showing clad. I'm cash. Like, do you got money or no?
Right. And that's the thing is that Glorilla's mom got on a live with her. They actually did a live. Well, Glorilla was doing a live, and her mom happened to call, and her mom's like, "Yeah, you need to talk about this because this is crazy." She's like, the sister is claiming that the mother is out here working because she's struggling. And then Glorilla's like, Mom, how often do you work? And she's like, I work 2 to 3 hours a day, max. 2 to 3 hours a day. So her mom is not working because she's struggling and got to work. Her mother's working because in her words, she don't want to just be sitting around doing nothing. And she's like, I'm not the kind of person that will just tell a person that they got to take care of me. I would rather do for myself, but I appreciate that, you helping me out. She's like, oh yeah, whatever you need, I gotta take care of it. And this is the mother on the phone with Glorilla saying, I'm not struggling over here. I'm just living my life. I don't want to be taken care of, but she admits that Glorilla's doing some things for her and that she doesn't have to work a full 18, 16-hour shift like she used to. She's working 2 to 3 hours a day max. If she works as it is, the dad's been retired for whatever number of years now, 2-3 years from the post office. So that means he definitely got a government retirement check coming in. He obviously ain't suffering either. And so I don't know, the daughter and a couple of the siblings, I think that they are definitely misled and don't understand. The other problem I think I got with it too is what the sister don't understand is you're presenting a very dangerous and a very challenging situation for Glorilla, Because my thing is, if my sibling is acting like this, especially in the public eye, I don't trust you anymore. One, I probably didn't trust you to begin with. I don't trust that you know what you're doing with your money because, like Sonny said, you talking about $2,500 is going to pay for anything. You don't. That means you don't know how to manage money. You just see a big check, like, oh my God, $2,500. You know, like that's no kind of money. So you don't know how to manage money, and you expect me to do something for you, and you want me to just take care of you forever? That's crazy.
You know what? It was an ex-athlete who actually said something. He had two envelopes for all the people that when he had his come up, he had two envelopes. He gave everybody at the dinner table a choice. You can either take this money and we good. That means you can never call me again. Can never ask me for money again. Or you can take the other envelope and we can keep this thing going. So I forgot what was on the other envelope, but he gave people a choice to stay in his life or just take the money and run. But this is a one-time thing. Me give you money. It was a good amount. But Glorilla's sister is, like you said, in dangerous, putting Glorilla in dangerous waters because now she's messing with her money. Because how many people are going to take offense to this? Like, oh, I can't mess with her because she ain't doing right by her family. You don't know what type of arrangement that Glorilla had with her mom and dad when she made it and start making it. And continue, and as you keep talking to your parents, you don't know what type of conversations they're having private that you're not privileged to because you're just a sister or brother, chilling. And do she know the situation with the people that she's living with? Yeah, they might be cleaning the house or whatever. That might be the arrangement they have. You keep up the house, you stay here rent free.
Right.
I got the food. I got the food. I got the cars. Yo, y'all good. Y'all just got to keep up the house. That's the arrangement. And maybe she don't trust her sister like that. And as we can see, if that's if that's the case, you see why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, after which I wouldn't want her in my space whatsoever. I don't care what she's saying. I don't care if we resolve it. You'll never be in my space like that again.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. Facts. Because that trust is broken. That love is the love will probably still be there from the past, but
you doing that to get 15 minutes of fame. You doing that because people will pay you to talk shit about your sister. And like you basically going against the grain for what?
You're doing it for a check. A temporary check, but your family's forever. And what happens when we're gonna need your family and they're not there because you screwed them over?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing too. It's like you already showing that you willing to screw her over anyway, putting this business out on live, half of which apparently sounds like it ain't true, and then the other part sounds like you just an entitled kid, that has no clue of how money works, have no clue of how the stardom or this fame works. She thinks just because Glorilla's popular that she's just got money to blow, which is crazy. Most artists make their money from touring. They don't make their money off of record sales, clicks, none of that stuff. They make very little off of streams, very, very, very little off of streams. Outside of a Drake or a Bad Bunny or somebody like that, they don't make big money off of that stuff. The royalties that they get from the songs usually goes back to the record labels. There's so many nuances to how that works. So, and I think a Glorilla who is not a top 10 artist, so regardless if she is on tour, she's not making enough to take care of 11 people. I promise you she's not on a day-to-day, everyday basis. It would be, like you said, it would be nice. It would be commendable for her to extend some kind of, assistance to her siblings. It would be nice. However, it would be also stupid to do that because where's that money going to come back from? And what are they going to do with it? Because most people don't know how to handle $1,000, let alone 2,500, 25,000, 100,000. Most of them don't
might be a paycheck on a good day, but like people crazy.
But you know what? There's other expenses people don't think about. They just think about, oh, you see, she made bank right here, and she's on tour. She got paid for a tour manager, the lighting. She got paid for her roadies. She got paid for gas for the vehicle they're renting. They got paid for the vehicle they're renting. They got paid for the people, production, costumes, food. They got paid.
Accounting, who paying their bills while they on tour doing stuff.
Right. It's like people just think about. They just think about the upfront stuff. Like, oh, she made this, man. It's more stuff behind it. They got paid back the record label for sending you on tour.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, it's definitely more to this, and I think anybody who believes that a rich person should be just taking care of their family, like I can see it don't even have to be at a Jay-Z level. It could just be, let's just say if it's a Kelly Rowland, like, yeah, she's probably got tens of millions of dollars that she's made over the years, and if she's done well with her money management, she might be able to take care of a few family members or something like that and feel happy to do it. But a person who's really just getting out here, really building their brand, really, still making it, still trying to hustling, they're not in the position to be just purely taking care of a person or multiple people, and especially not 11 people outside of themselves. That's crazy to believe, and another thing that clued me into, how unrealistic the sister was when she made the comment about, yeah, people recognize me as Glorilla's sister, but then they see me walk out and get into a what does she call it? A 10-year-old Malibu or something like that. She was like, yeah, oh no, she said she had a 2016 Malibu. And it's like, okay, so you got a car. Glorilla buys you a Benz. How you gonna take care of this Benz? You gonna pay for the maintenance on this? You're gonna expect her to take care of that, right? Now you're gonna expect her to put gas in it because apparently you wanted to put gas in her dad's car. Now you expect her to get repairs done and pay the insurance and all this stuff. It's crazy. You don't work for her. You ain't doing that. You ain't offering to do anything. It'd be different if she was like, yeah, I told her I got skills to do this. I can promote. I can blah, 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 blah. I can do this. You see how I got this blowing up? It'd be different if she was like offering her services. But to be like, you just owe me this because
what services? The only service she offering is being a hater.
You slept on 20 years ago when we were kids. That's crazy. That's bananas.
She offering services to be a hater.
Yeah, pretty much. What up, though, Jamie? Appreciate you, bro.
Jay.
Hey, Jamie. Hey, hi.
It's definitely crazy. Definitely crazy. All right. Next up, I want to jump into this post that Sonny made. I shouldn't close this up.
What you do now?
Of course, my screen. I thought I had shared my screen. I think I must have closed it by mistake. Here we go. All right. So make sure you guys get over to the Join the Conversation group, GFT, or facebook.com/group/GFT Join the Conversation, where you'll see posts like this as well as discussions, great topics. What never came back after the pandemic? So Sonny posted this. We had a lot of comments. Hit us up in the comments. Let us know what you miss or what you miss from pre-pandemic life that just hasn't come back. But we got some great comments in here. Let's just go ahead and start with Sonny. What's one of your favorite ones that was in this thing that or just something you may have thought of later on?
You have to show the comments.
Yeah, or just something that you.
I think for me, I said Columbus Pizza. It's in downtown Trenton. They had really, really good pizza, and the pandemic killed their business. They never came back after the pandemic, and I was so mad because it's like they really got really good pizza. No, and they have really good pizza, and they're gone now. So sad.
Oh damn! Yeah, that's rough. Dame.
Somebody took my comment inside the Join the Conversation group. 24 hours, Walmart or Meijer.
Bro.
Because at 11 o'clock, man, I can go for it. Oh, I guess I'm staying home. So because
man,
it's like, man,
I'm just happy they're open till midnight again, because being closed at 10 p.m. was killing me.
Yeah, our 24-hour Walmart was going too.
Yes, man.
Keela said that was her.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Keela.
What up, though, Keela?
See, me and Keela, we be shopping at the same time. That's why I'd be like midnight. Like,
oh yeah, Common Sense was one of the top tier ones. But I think a lot of people didn't have common sense before the pandemic. A lot of people really lost it during the pandemic too. But I feel like it was a whole lot. I would say about 85% of people didn't have common sense, and now it's up to like 90%.
Right.
No, I think human decency went out the window a long time ago before the pandemic started. But it made it worse. Human and patience, because people are such in a rush. Patience is the biggest one. Like working in retail and seeing the patience and stupidity. I think everybody need an IEP when I worked at Big Lots. It's like, dude, why don't you understand? We don't have it. When you gonna get it? I don't know.
Right. Yeah, definitely 24-hour Walmart and Meijer. AMC 24.
Oh, that's our movie theater. They took that down. That people used to go there and never survived the pandemic.
Yeah. I think we had a couple of movie theaters here that went out of business during the pandemic. I mean, some of them were already kind of on the way out. That just killed it. We definitely had a lot of restaurants here in Detroit that just couldn't survive the pandemic. There was one that started literally, I think it was either in December of 2019 or January 2020. Had to be the worst time to start a restaurant because they were just about to get off the ground, and then the pandemic happened, totally destroyed their business. It's just a sad sight. That was one of the bigger things. A lot of small businesses that started at the very end of 2019 or the very beginning of 2020 just suffered and couldn't make it through the pandemic. It was so sad. That was
what should like. Well, I guess it did come back, but like we work in the office, like regular phone calls, because now everybody calling you on Teams without informing you about the call.
Oh yeah, we don't have phones anymore at my job. We only have Teams.
No, we have phones, but it's also linked to the web. But everybody calls us on Teams, and so I barely hear my phone ring. And I understand why, because we weren't at work. We were, at home, yeah. At home, but them Teams call, man.
Yeah.
I wish they never came back.
Somebody said textbooks for these kids. That's crazy.
Everything's digital now.
Yeah. I didn't think about. I don't have kids, right? I mean, I don't have little kids. My kids are grown.
Oh yeah, you know what? Barely came back. Snow days. I'm glad we get some a little bit. But like our snow days. I mean, unless it's like icy or like really bad snow, we gotta go to work.
Oh yeah.
No, we never had that here.
Huh?
Yeah. We barely got snow days here, but I mean they still on trend 2 days, 3 days max, and then they run out. So yeah.
Well, it depends on the city, Tanisha. Because some of them do have textbooks, but
yeah.
A lot of the stuff was online, so they wasn't using that. So districts kind of teachers got to print out a lot.
So my thing though is with these snow days that I thought was disheartening and kind of dumb to me was that here in the city in Detroit, there's a lot of schools where kids either get bused or they have long walks, and days that they really should have called snow days or too cold days. I forgot what they call them when it's too cold outside, and they still were making these kids walk to school, and the bus service wasn't even running properly. And I'm like, this is the prime time now to switch over to virtual learning. If you don't want to miss the date and be able to have the kids still have a learning day, they can switch to digital.
My son once the pandemic, they came back from the pandemic fully. They sent laptops home in case.
Right.
Days they couldn't come in.
They couldn't come in. Yeah. Inclement weather days. That's what they call them. Inclement weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think for my job specifically, snow days could easily turn into a impromptu telework day, which is sad. I like my snow days.
Right.
Now it's conflicting of depending on what they feel like saying, it might not be a snow day. It might be now you work from home today. And it's like, I want a snow day where I can just be not at work.
Yeah. So Mike Ingram said that consideration never came back. I said sanity and shame. Shame has definitely been lacking since the pandemic.
Oh
People
yeah.
don't do anything for views, anything for the gram, which that'll be our next topic of people doing anything for views. Tanisha said if schools didn't prepare
Can you make
properly,
that
then it
bigger,
would be
or is
hard
it
for
me? Is it
education
blurry?
for the district to go virtual. But that's the thing, Tanisha. All of these schools were virtual during the pandemic, so they are prepared. They just don't want to be prepared. They just don't want to take that extra step. So I don't know a school district that shut down during the whole pandemic. So they all should be prepared and they should be ready to do that, because why have these kids out here freezing to death instead of giving them an opportunity to still maintain that, whatever that level, that number of days that they're supposed to be in school. I mean, here in Detroit, they'll flip the days over and roll them into the summer. So
Yeah,
instead
we
of
do
like,
that.
let's say,
We do that
yeah,
in Jersey too. It's done in Jersey too.
okay, yeah. So
Can
know
you make
they'll
that
do
bigger? Because I can't see. I don't feel like putting my specs on.
funny. You gotta put your glasses on, girl.
No, I don't.
All right. You mentioned the Columbus pizza. Um, I think
Somebody
Jay
said
meant,
my sobriety. Yeah.
I think she meant lack of apathy or inapathy. Yeah, Kiara Michelle said my sobriety. I think a lot of our sobriety either didn't come back or almost didn't come back.
Because we had to survive. We had to survive being in the house with people 24/7. Like you knew.
Right. Tiff DeGriff said decency. A lot of people definitely lost that, but I think that's because of the president and his government. Good customer service. Now, I think that's been hit or miss for some people. I think I definitely have felt like because of this post-pandemic world and the way the internet has been working now, the social media shame that can be brought upon a restaurant, the ratings. I think some places have recognized that and have worked on their customer service. Not to say that they're all perfect or anything, but I think they've worked on it. But I definitely think that there was this level of expectation that you should just come patronize us regardless of how our customer service was. And I think that patronize us, patronize us too, but
I feel like too, we lost a lot of good customers. People are not great customers right now.
Oh yeah.
It goes back and forth.
Some people are not great customers.
Right.
There's
Because
the lady knocking down the glass thing and then you walking out of the store and not paying.
You can give the greatest customer service, and somebody with the ounce of just hatred and vitriol can just make your life, just hell. It's like, dude, or like, I'm being nice to you. Why are you giving off all this anger and hate? Like, then it goes the other way too, because you can be a nasty customer service agent, and somebody's very nice coming in, but you're giving all this attitude. Like, I don't understand. I just asked you to do your job, and you're getting upset and smacking your teeth. And like, I go in some places, and people are just like, "Excuse me, ma'am, can you give me assistance?" Hold on, she's on her phone or whatever. I'm like, I'm being intrusive while you're at your job. I'm sorry.
No, I what's funny too. I agree, because so it's a dollar store that everybody in my city knows that a lot of people just go right across the bridge from PA to go to this dollar store. It's a really big dollar store. It usually has everything you want, right? So you go there, and so now y'all know this dollar store in particular is like it gets super busy at lunchtime. Everybody goes on lunchtime to go to this dollar store to get like knickknacks for the office, like random stuff. It's next to some restaurants and stuff like that. So it's like if in the wall of stuff, people are coming to the dollar store on lunch. You know that. Mm-hmm. Every day that I have went on lunch, it's always one cashier. You got two other people walking around the store, and the manager is behind in the closed room with the door. Mm. And the lines is ridiculous, right? And this one particular day, this late, like, because everybody gets frustrated with it, because they all know that the store about to be packed. Like, there's no day of the week that it's not packed, right? Because it's near like all the state buildings. If you work in downtown Trenton, not only the state offices, but like just in downtown Trenton of itself, like it's a college, it's everything. It's two colleges downtown, so it's people. They're going to come across the bridge to the dollar store. Everybody goes to this dollar store at this time. Why are y'all only always have one cashier? And then y'all have an attitude when people are mad that they have to get back to work. And then they see people walk, like other people in the store walking around, like people that work in the store. And it's like, hey. And one lady got into an argument with the cashier. And, it's a highlight of my lunch thing. Because, I'm trying to get some stuff. I'm equally frustrated. But this lady says the thing. She basically asked them, why every time you come in here on lunch, it's always one cashier. And y'all know it's always packed in here between 1 to 2. Y'all know it's swamped in here. And the lady was arguing her back. And like, she was the manager. So like, yes, why people are, it's one of those things where people are going to be frustrated. Why would you agitate the situation, especially you're the manager? So now she's going off. She's calling you. You look like a man. She's telling about your hair looks nappy and how you're poorly dressed. And like, she's just going in on you. And like, it's like 2 lines of people just sitting there like, what do we do? Because like, they're going at it. And now it's taking longer for us to get out the store because y'all too busy. Like, and then as a manager, I expected more of you to not feed the situation. But like, you going like, you basically coming like she can't have the last word. But also, it's like 2 lines of 10 people in each line. Because now she's finally come to help, but she can't even add herself to the register because you still arguing with this lady and you're the manager. Why are we having this moment? Like, and then of course everybody gets frustrated. Now other people are saying stuff like, just shut up and start ringing people up. Like, why are you arguing with this customer? Like you don't understand why she's mad. Like, we're literally, you saw this line because I'm pretty sure you had to see these lines, and you're sitting here arguing. It's like common courtesy. Yes. Like, it's almost like I have this saying, you can't get mad if somebody calling like, I understand when people call customer service and it's a problem, they're not going to be happy. You know that. So why would you get mad because they mad? Yes, they're going to yell at you, but you also know not to take it personally, right? I only get mad is if I'm trying to help you and you still berating me. Yeah, I got a problem. I'm gonna get annoyed because this is what I always say. Do you want me to help you, or would you like to try this call again? Because I'm trying to help you and you're just gonna yell at me. So I can't even explain to you what you asked me to explain to you because you're just yelling. So you let me know when you're done, and then I'll start talking. Or you can call back when you're ready for me to actually help you. Because I'm not obligated to stay on the phone while you just like rip me a new one. And I'm actually not getting frustrated and I'm calm and you won't let me help you. Like, because that's what I'm trying to do. Now, it's different if you start yelling and then I start going off on you. Like, that's a little bit different. Maybe I should not be getting annoyed too, but it's like if you could yell at me for so long before I'm like, do you want me to help you or no? Because like you asked me to help you. I'm attempting to it, and you.
I don't know. I think you're gonna still piss that person off, and they're still gonna be trying to talk and to tell you all these other things. I don't know. People are crazy nowadays. They expect certain things. I don't know if it's this unexpected entitlement or if it's just the lack of common sense in certain situations, but also the lack of just realizing that this world isn't revolving around you or your situation. Now, sometimes people are right in that they are getting poor customer service, or they're not getting the service that they deserve. I definitely agree that sometimes people are just demanding what they do deserve. Me and my wife were just talking about that. How sometimes I think some people are getting ran over because some of these companies, they just don't care anymore. They're just thinking like, well, you either you're gonna come here and spend your money or not. We could care less, which is just not a good way to run a business. But I think it's just
far as the budget goes. That's why you probably only see 2 or 3 people inside the store, because the manager schedules so many people. They have to have one person on the floor to, if they need a price check or something else, they need to have somebody to run back and forth. That person just doesn't stay on the register. The manager, it's going to be a manager and another cashier. The cashier just stays up there all day. The manager should be back up, and that other person just running. But it depends on how they run the store and their budget.
These stores. I mean,
the point basically was, if you're the manager, if I'm the manager of a store, right?
Yeah.
And I can see, like, you're looking at this one cashier with these long, you could see how long the line was, and you see that people are getting frustrated. Wouldn't it benefit you to like, okay, come up and help? The fact that somebody has to like you watching this happen, and this is on a consistent daily basis, that somebody is like, I've never not been in that store in the middle of the afternoon that somebody has not knocked on that door to ask, can somebody come help? The thing, because that's how busy it be. And like, keep in mind, there's still 3 people walking around the store that still work there outside of the cashier. So it's the cashier, 3 other associates probably walking around. And then like, or you'll see on this particular day, the lady got cussed out. The one associate was just talking to the other one at the register while she was ringing up other people.
Yeah, I hate that.
People saying, oh, I'm about to leave. I'm done for the day. And the manager is sitting there watching this happen. And then you're seeing like it's like 2 long ass lines because it's going down 2 aisles. And everybody at this point is like swapping who goes next. Right.
Yeah.
And then you have the audacity to come out with an attitude because somebody has knocked on the door to ask you to come help your cashier.
Yeah, because some of these people aren't real managers. They just want a title and a check. They don't care about actually running the store or making the store profitable or making it successful. They feel like the people that come to their store is gonna come regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Everything is probably $1.
Yeah,
it's $1.25 unless it's like everything in the store is $1.25. So you don't need the price check. It's $1.25.
Yeah, we got Dollar Tree here. I mean, now everything's $1.50 or $1.75. So
yeah, ours is Dollar Tree too, but it's $1.25.
Yeah.
Like
y'all lucky. They don't
for now.
They don't increase all our prices twice.
For now, but that's the part that I feel like it's crazy to me because it would not like. It's one thing to be overwhelmed, but like how are you upset that they're asking you to help because people are in line and they have to go, and like people are like leaving and just putting the stuff down and just walking out because at this point, like, and even when they was arguing, it was like, all right, let me just go.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next topic. I got this one that I feel like I definitely know because I looked in the comments and people were talking about it. So I think Dame, you sent this one in. It was a young lady talking about her experience at a park, and it was a unexpected experience for her, but it was definitely a lot of people in the comments saying, yeah, I've heard about this, and this is wild, it's crazy, but I guess this is a thing now. Have you heard?
Sonny, you're up. No, I'm saying, Sonny, you're up.
How am I up? I don't know the question. You gonna let him finish? No.
Right. I don't know what's going on.
Me either. I have no idea. Dame just blurted out fun facts. I don't know.
So the young lady was at a park, and she said that a little boy was running around lost, and he comes up to her frantic and asks her for help because he can't find his mom. He's like, I can't find my mom. I don't know what's going. I don't know where she went. I was just out here playing. And so she noted the little boy was a little white boy, and she's like, okay, where's your mom? Where did you last see your mom? What's her name? What's your name? This, that, and the third. And so she ends up going back to the area where the little boy was at, and noticing that there's a one of those restroom areas in that area of the park. So she's like, you know what? Let's go check in there. So she goes in there. She yells out for the young lady, and the young lady's like, oh, I'm in here. She's like, oh, I got your son out here. He's looking for you. So the lady comes out, everybody's all reunited. Everybody's cool. Everybody's happy. And then the little boy goes, Mom, you were right. You told me to go find a black woman or a black family and I'll be safe. And you were right. Have you guys heard of this? So, apparently the mother, she agreed. I mean, she admitted, she said, yeah, this is something that, other mothers have talked about, is that if our kids ever get, away from us or get lost, that the first thing they should do is try to find a black mother or a black family and ask for help. And it's because they feel like they don't, of course they don't know if the person has hurt somebody before, but they feel like it's least likely that a black woman or a black family will hurt their child or do something to their child, and that they would actually help.
I guess, Because we don't want, like, I mean, I'm about to say this as a mom.
Say it. Say it. I was thinking the same thing.
Sometimes we don't want our children. Like, we be ready to drop their ass off somewhere. Like, we not trying to take on some other child. Like, not fixing to do it. So,
exactly.
if we see your little baby looking a little lost, we gonna be like, baby, where's your mama? And we gonna call her. We gonna try to fix it. We gonna come to a solution. I've never heard of this, but I feel like we would help. We are helpful. So, like, and then it's crazy for a white mom to say this to her baby, but at the same time, people are threatened by black folk. Like, y'all got to pick a struggle. Whether are y'all scared of us or no? Because we gonna get y'all babies to y'all because we don't want them.
Right, we definitely don't want them.
Promise we don't want to go to jail, but behind thinking like even in that scenario, I would help, but I would be very much. I probably would have called 911. Like, listen, it's a baby up in here. I'm trying to help them find their mom. Y'all want to come help? I'm on the case. But like, I want to be. I'm not trying to snatch this baby. I'm trying to help this baby find their parent. Because we don't want those problems. Because there's always a Karen being nosy and mind the business. Now it's okay if you see a white person with a black child, y'all might not say too much. But if you see a black person with a white child, y'all might be like, something ain't right. And now I got the popos on my back. So yeah, we not trying to have them problems. We trying to find this mother or this parent and get this baby to them immediately. Indeed. We not fixing to do take your child. We barely like our own sometimes. Like
Indeed. Damon, you heard about this before?
I've never heard this before. That's why I posted it. Like, this is nuts. In the words of Willie about 10 years ago, this is bananas. So I mean, I'm just baffled by it because it actually happened to me last year in Kroger. A little white boy was at the entrance of Kroger. When it had the gates open up.
Right. Yep.
He was stuck there, and he was just looking around, scared and frantic, and all these people walking in, just walking right past the boy, and he looked like he's about to have not about to make it. He's about to pass out. So like, do you need help? Where's your mommy? I'm looking around, like, make sure ain't no cameras, like, make sure I ain't about to get Chris Hansen on me and just come out of nowhere. And I'm just like, because it might be one of those episodes of Blackish. Like, what was your attention with this little boy? So
because notice it said black woman or black family. It didn't say nothing about a black man.
Right, but
like a family is more than one person.
But I was just like, you know what? All right, we're gonna go right to this desk that's right next to this door. I ain't walking around in the store with you, boy. So we're gonna stand right here, wait for your mother. Got the security guard. Glad I know him too. Like, okay, where's your mother? What's her name? Got the lady on PA call in, and she like, where were you? Like, didn't I tell you stay right next to me? No, thank you or nothing. Just took her shot on left. I'm like, okay, whatever. So,
but yeah, no, I think that was the thing. I had saw this about a year and a half ago. This guy was talking about this and was saying that was something that people in his community, and I think he was Indian, said that people in his community tell their kids the same thing, to go find a black woman or a black family, and that if something happens, that they will help you, and that they'll be that you'll be safe with them. And it was like, I was blown away because, like you said, Sonny, I'm like, a lot of times people are looking at us like we the criminals, or like something's wrong with us. But in this situation, and then now to hear that, this, like you said, these white families are telling their kids this, it's like, it's crazy, but it's also, it's telling of how our society is, because we do know that most of the time people that kidnap kids and do things to kids are usually of Caucasian persuasion. So people. They say what?
The clear people.
Right.
Yeah, I'm married to the clear people.
Right. But I think it's definitely one of those things where people definitely have their preconceived, assumptions about folks, and just happens to be a positive one for us in this situation for Black people. But it's also, it's just telling of just how this society is. We know that most of the time that there's dangers out there, and you got to be conscious of them. You got to tell your kids you know, you got to give them strategies and tools in order to survive out here. And you know, and I'm glad we're on the right side of it this time. You know,
Well,
Well,
but
no,
it's
I'm
well,
mad now
it's like,
because
to
you
hear.
I'm mad. I'm mad now because one time I took my son to the mall. He had a little meltdown, and this little boy ran through the mall. He ran past all families alike, and nobody ain't stopped this boy, except for one lady. She was the Spanish lady. She stopped my baby and like well, actually, I think he walked up on her and grabbed her hand, and she just was like, she was asking him where his mom was, and like then she, of course, she seen me running right behind him, and you know my son looks similar to me, so she was like, "This your baby?" I'm like, "Yeah, he out here," because you know that's back when he was he's still a track star, but like that boy runs, so like
Mhm.
and I, you know I'm fat, so
Right,
like
right.
running behind him is no thing. So like he was like couple leaps in front of me, and then you know I made it down there, and she was like, "That's your baby," and I said, "Like who else running after a little kid, a little black boy in the mall? It ain't I'm not. It's got to be
Right.
mine because I'm not about to even be going to
but
get somebody kid that ain't mine. Trust and believe. I don't need any additional kids to bring home. But yeah, no. But nobody helped me except for the Spanish lady. So I would say if my baby, no, you know, find an old Spanish woman. She gonna figure it out. She gonna get you where you need to be, baby.
Right,
but
right.
you know, like Sonny said that no, I feel some type of way too. It's like we're trusted in almost every facet of the world except when we have to be in charge of other people that's not our color.
Or
We
no, not
can't
even
we
that.
can't
We're not trusted being black and minding our business. Now, if your baby
well,
run away, you want us to come. You know, we're gonna help make sure your baby get cleared away. You want us to help,
Right.
right? Like you know, in slavery time, you want us to help raise your babies, but y'all ain't trust us. Y'all felt unsafe around us. So that's how I say they gotta pick a struggle, like whether y'all like us or
we,
not. And this is
Yeah,
we can
that
go there.
is
I'm
true.
not
which
gonna
is
go there in this moment, but we could go there.
Yeah, right,
but you
right.
say but that's kind of weird though because how many black women had to breastfeed white babies that didn't belong to them? This is kind of weird. It's like
Right.
uh, I'm like, wait, I'm raising your family, I'm raising your kids, I breastfed your kids, and I'm still not to be trusted. Make it make
Yeah,
sense.
Because people
but
crazy.
that's just how it was.
Yeah. All right. Next story.
Stop.
This one, I can't remember where I found this at, but I thought this was an interesting one because it actually affected me. I could definitely relate. So the lady said, totally random question. This is a safe space, right? Okay, so boom. We use MS Teams chat feature to communicate at work. When people send out messages for the whole department, we often utilize emojis to respond, especially the thumbs up. I just realized I could make a thumb brown. Should I? I mean, everybody knows.
That was
Uh-oh.
me.
Am I
That was me.
Oh, okay. Um, did yeah? Should I? I mean, everybody knows I'm black, and there's only a few of us in the department, and not many more in the company that I've seen. Just curious to hear people's thoughts. What's y'all thoughts on that? Um, uh, using what just happened? Oh, okay. Well, sorry to folks on Facebook. Looks like we're having
Yeah,
some technical difficulties on Facebook.
yeah. But I mean, I use um so on Teams. Some most likely I probably use the black thumbs up. I change mine. But every so often I use the regular one too. I mean, it depends. I don't think people use it. People change their stuff. I don't think it's a big deal unless people have a problem, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I have done it. So
Oh, new phone. Change that emoji real quick. It's
yeah.
like this now, not like this. So, yeah.
So you would do it, Dane?
Oh, yeah. I'll do it again right now. Give me another phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I like I said, me personally, I you know, at work we do the same thing. We got MS Teams. It's been around for a while, and we use the emojis and stuff all the time. So yeah, my emoji is definitely black. I got a little brown skin emoji that I use and have no problems using it. Definitely feel like it's there for a reason. It's there for us so I can represent, and I don't mind representing. So I'm with it, totally with it, and totally down for it.
I don't see the problem here, lady.
I really don't see a problem with it. And I think that's the question is like, do you see a problem with it because of the fact that it's representing something that doesn't have to be shown, or does it make you feel like you're being, I guess highlighted or spotlighted? I think that's what probably some of this comes from. I definitely know some people who kind of avoid it because they just don't want to be the center of that attention,
I think it's cool because the first time I saw it, I was in a group chat with some other workmates, and the first time I saw, wait, you can change your color? This is awesome.
Yeah, and then I feel like too, it's a part of if we gotta start putting. Well, I know at my job they also do pronouns. So why can't I use the thumbs up or the black thumbs up? I'm gonna use it. If we gotta, make me identify myself as she, her, and whatever. Then I'm going to identify as black.
Yep.
I'm blackity black.
Right.
Especially I'm black 365, but I'm just saying.
Hey, thanks for reminding me. I got to post that again. It's February.
But like if y'all want us to identify and use pronouns, then absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
If we got to be inclusive like that, then we're gonna be inclusive that I'm black.
For sure. I'm with that. Totally with that.
Especially this month.
I'm 365. I'm gonna have black thumbs ups.
For sure.
I always have to keep changing mine because it won't stick.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. On my Outlook, it won't stick. It's like I hit the little thumbs up, and it'll be black one time, and then it'll go back to yellow. I don't know what's up with that. But my Teams, it stays. I haven't had any issues with that. Even after the updates, it stays pretty good. And it transferred over to my phone when it became available on the phone. So I was happy to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right. I think we got time for one more.
Be black all month.
Right. We back 365. We might as well be
365. Be extra black.
Right. We might as well be black Microsoft 365.
Yes. The black thumbs up all month.
Right. Sit down. Get in your bed. Sorry, my dog's walking around confused because people are walking around upstairs.
Hey, what's going on? I don't know. I'm trying to chill, but people are
right. Oh man, I don't know if we got enough time for this one. Let's see. Oh yeah. This one right here. Man chooses 1 year in prison over returning $1.1 million mistakenly sent to his bank account. What would y'all do? Y'all going to jail or giving the money back?
Yep.
I'm going to jail. It's 1.1 million. I'll be in jail. I'll take jail.
Yep.
And why I'm going to jail? I didn't do anything.
That's your error.
God put a blessing in my life. Who am I to turn it down?
That's your bank error. Why am I screwed?
Yeah. If you send it on Cash App, you can't get it back.
He says what?
If you send it on Cash App, you can't get that back.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see the actual story to see how the bank error happened. But yeah, I guess apparently he got caught. They were like, "Hey, we see here you shouldn't have got this money. We need that money back." And he said, "Nope." So they said either you get his money back or you got to go to jail. And he chose jail. He like, "Hey, this money will be waiting on me when I get home."
$200, Alex. I'm with that.
Hey, I would have been like, Debo, what money?
Right. I mean, my thing is like, do you really get to keep the money, or are you going to have some kind of
restitution?
Restitution. Thank you. Yeah. You're gonna have some kind of restitution to pay, but then sometimes the restitution.
I think if I do a year in jail, I'm keeping all 1.1 million on dollars, and I'm not paying taxes because I'm in jail.
No, Sonny, I'm gonna let you know.
I don't want to hear it.
No, I'm gonna be short a couple of dollars because, hey, my man, you look out for me for 365. When you get out, I got some loot for you.
Right.
And I ain't taking care of nobody but my household with that $1.1 million. Don't call me and say, "Yo, my sister got $1.1 million and she ain't give me nothing." No, I paid off my house and I was minding my business. Is what I was doing. I took care of my children. My daughter took care of her brother probably, so I got to make sure she's good.
Right.
The rest of y'all, I ain't
Kick
actually
rock.
put nothing on my books or nothing like that. Leave me alone.
Obviously, I got it. I'm good. Y'all don't need.
Right.
I haven't called to tell you about a sob story, nothing, Jesus. I'm just doing my year and getting out and living in my house that I just got to pay taxes on.
Man. I mean, if you, but that's my thing. Is like if I send somebody some money, I want my money back. So yeah, if you don't get some of my money back, you got to go to jail.
No, because the bank asks you, "Are you sure you want to send this money?" It make you look at everything twice. If you out here not paying attention, that was God's blessing. I'm not giving it back.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would choose that route because 1.1 is a hard thing to turn back. So yeah,
like why I'm just saying I don't want to go back to regular life.
If you already spent it, like you like, hey, I got this 1.1. I'm about to go buy this house. I'm about to go buy these cars. I don't got it no more.
I already paid off my house with that. As soon as I get it, as soon as I'm like, what? Because I get notification, I get direct deposit. What? As soon as I go right to my mortgage site, pay my house off. Done with y'all. Only thing I got to pay is taxes and insurance. Yeah, y'all can kiss my ass. I'm not giving you back anything. I'll go to jail for
I'll probably paid up my insurance for the next 5 years too.
Yeah, I probably pay my insurance for a good minute too. Yeah. So only thing I worry about is taxes. I'm not. Yeah, y'all kiss my ass thinking I'm gonna be like, oh, well, let me just get his money back. No, Jesus bestowed upon this blessing upon me. So, thank you, and I appreciate you. I'm not gonna question God.
Right.
It will. Your dog gotta be black for this month, dude. You gotta put the dog on.
Right. She was. That's the crazy thing. She was black when I got her.
What y'all beat the black off of her?
Hey, if you don't act right around here, get the black beat off of you.
Nah, you tell your kid, listen, I beat the black off this dog. Listen.
Right, she got the genetic thing where she turned blonde after a while. I don't know, bro. It was crazy. She was dark brown. She got dogapesha or something. So she turned completely blonde. She's only 2 years old. That's a crazy part. Like, bro, like how'd you do that? Like, that's crazy. But yeah, she's a whole different dog now. Not even switched. She still responds to her name and everything. She knows who she is, but I don't know. It was crazy. But yeah, long story short, I think there's a lot of people who will probably do it, probably do the jail time happily and will be out there like whatever, they don't care. So yeah. They don't mind. Well, that's tonight's show. We definitely we'll have more topics to discuss next week because we got a ton of them still in our list. I got a couple that I really want to get to, but they're gonna take a little time for us to discuss. But yeah. Thank y'all for joining us. Thank y'all for commenting, liking, sharing. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and make sure you check out the GFT Join the Conversation group. Check out our website at gftradioshow.com for all of our links, all of our socials, and my banners are just not working for me today. Here we go. Make sure you check out our links, our socials, and all of our replays. Make sure you join the conversation group, as well as listen free on demand on your favorite audio platforms, or watch our YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch for our video replays. Sonny, you want to tell the folks where they can find you? I think I need to update.
I'm sorry, my littlest cat is over here now watching the live. She
probably like, I saw a dog. Get him.
Yeah, I rescued her from outside, so she with whatever time she on.
Oh yeah, so she want to fight.
She's the littlest one in here, and she be gang banging in this house. She's trying to stay hurt. And now she the only girl, so she gotta let them know.
All right,
it's all mine. But interact with your girl. I am Sunny _D on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and Threads. Visit me at Unreservedly Me. Go follow the podcast, Main Character Energy _pod, I believe. But anyway, go to my page. It's right there in my bio. We're gonna drop our episodes. Is the first episode drops on Valentine's Day, so check that out. Yeah, we recorded both the first 2 episodes. I had an amazing time, and our first episode will go live on February 14th. So I'm super excited.
Yeah,
for sure. Dame.
Yo, you can find me at Another Level Up on Instagram, Shinlo21 on Xbox and Twitch Network. And I just opened up Threads and something else. Whatever. You can catch me here too, mainly.
For sure. You know where to find them. And it's your boy Willie Styles in the building. Get at me everywhere at Willie Styles on IG, Threads, and Twitter. I'm Willie.Styles on Snapchat and TikTok. Visit me over at stylesradio.com for all the hot tracks that I'm listening to. And I forgot to mention, we were supposed to talk about y'all thoughts on T.I. and Juvenile and their comebacks. Definitely, you can hear their songs over at stylesradio.com. Listen to all the hot tracks that I'm listening to. WillieStyles.info for all my links. Make sure you do that. Make sure you guys join us here. And we'll be back next week as usual, Mondays, 10 p.m. And like Sonny said, make sure you check out our new show, Main Character Energy _pod for the links. And yeah, you know where to find us.
Yeah.
We are out.
Yo, it's your boy Dame here.
Hey guys, it's your girl Sunny D.
Yo, it's your boy Smooth from the GFT Radio Network.
What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles in the building.
Join us Mondays at 10 p.m. live on Twitch, YouTube, and our Facebook. And if you miss us, don't worry. You can catch it on our website, gftradioshow.com. And if you feel like talking to us every day, join our Facebook group.
At Join the Conversation, the group where you can discuss all kinds of topics.
Catch me also, Fans Respected, Dope Sports Show. Holla at your boy.
You can cop some merchandise over at our store, teespring.com/stores/GFT Radio. You can get t-shirts, sweatshirts, masks, and even more.
Next time on GFT Radio, what are we talking about? Join the conversation to find out.
Make sure you get at us on GFTRadioshow.com for all of our audio and video playbacks, as well as links to all of our social media sites.